How you doing? This is Ivan from Bitesize Wisdom for Busy People, and I just want to thank you for joining me today. And today I'd like to focus on a question. The question for you to consider today is, what do I most need to learn right now? So what do you most need to learn that will help you be one step closer to your goal, whether your goal is to be a more happy person, to advance in your career, or maybe a spiritual goal, how to realize your higher self, whatever it may be. But before we get into that, I want to give you a few more ideas that may help you formulate that. So if you've joined me before on my channel, you've heard me talk about the importance of learning to let go of our past, learning to let go of our attachment to the past, and to realize at a deep level that we are the cause to how we perceive the world. So meaning that ultimately we are the ones that give meaning to the world. Because from the moment we were born until now, we have shaped how we view the world by all the millions and millions of impressions and all the experiences that we've had. We have then filed them and tucked them away in our unconscious mind. And this process, unfortunately, has been largely unconscious now by the time you're an adult. So what happens is that as you go throughout your life, we live through habit. Our conditionings is what determines how we perceive and how we see the world. And the reason that we want to learn to see that we are the cause is because then once you see that you are the cause, you can try to then learn to become more conscious with the whole process. You can then start to let go of your past. Then you can start to see how you unconsciously label your whole environment, and then you can start to see whether those labels are accurate to your current level of understanding. And then if they're not, you can update them, and then you can start to be more flexible inwardly and start to perceive the world differently with your new understandings. So this is important because once you learn to let go of your past and to see the role it plays in how you see the world, and once you start to learn to consciously take in impressions and by being in the moment, by being present, then you will really be in a space of where you are really able to learn. You can then be a student of life. And the question I wanted you to focus on, what is it that I need to learn most right now? So when you are identified to your past, when you are living through habit and living unconsciously, the problem with this is that because of our conditionings, it causes us to see the world through rose-colored glasses, through our old experiences, and through our old experiences, seeing the world through our past, it causes us to live a fearful life, because through all the various experiences we've had through life, if we start to recognize a certain situation, we're already seeing through the past the end, which for many of us may be not a pleasant experience, something maybe we label as negative. So this breeds fear because we are already kind of seeing where that's going or leading because of a past experience. But when you learn that you are ultimately what gives meaning to life's events, and like I said, once you learn to really let go and become flexible and being more present, then you understand that each moment is new and your fears will start to drop away. Once you're able to be available to the moment, and once you understand that the past doesn't necessarily need to be my current experience that I'm having right now, because life is always new, it is always fresh, then you can be available to really learn from something. And then your fears will start to lose their hold, because now you understand that, okay, let me just be available. Let me just try to bring my whole being into this experience and see how I can learn from this. Because I don't know. Ultimately, you really don't know where this is going to lead. And that could give you real courage, real faith to just proceed on to the next thing, just to go with the flow of life. because you understand that when you let go of your past, you now make room for the new. And in the new is where you will find happiness, where life will be fresh, it will be exciting, it will be adventurous, and like I said, you will really be learning, because your past won't be influencing how you perceive this moment. I'm not saying that the things in the past did not happen. They may have happened, but now our emotional attachment, all that baggage, does not need to determine our present moment experience. And with our new understanding, we can have a lot more control in how we perceive the event. And if you look at it like a student of life, then you will start to look at events, as every event of your life, as a learning experience. And then with that, you could start to be more engaged with life, because you understand that ultimately from this, all these the events of your life, you will be growing, and you will be gaining self-knowledge. And this is just a beautiful process. This is the journey of life. And without the burden of the past, you will be able to really make quantum leaps. You really could start to change your life if your current life you're not happy with. So this is just the idea that I wanted to share with you today. So when you consider this question of what do I most need to learn right now, this can also be tied to what are these little fears. Because when we live through the past, like I said, and through our conditionings, it forced us to see the world in a very narrow, confined way that bred fear. So now you can go back and try to see what are some of the fears that you've had in your life that have held you back, and start with little fears, little things that you were fearful of doing. And if you start little and start by just doing, like I said, just being available to the moment and doing those little things that you feared, you'll prove to yourself that you can do it. You can do the things that you feared, because now you have a new understanding, and slowly you'll be able to move on to bigger fears and just be fearless. Because then you'll see that really there's nothing to be afraid of. So when considering that question of what do I need to learn most right now, you can consider some of those things, that is, some of these little fears. And in conquering these little fears, you will be moving one step closer to a happy, joyous life. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's message, today's topic. So if you enjoy my little videos, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you are aware of when I upload new content. And also smash the likes. If you do like my videos, I hope you do. That way other people on YouTube can find me, and then I can reach more people with my ideas. So that's it for today, guys. And I hope you guys are doing great wherever you are in the world. And I hope if this is a message you needed to hear, I hope that it helps you and that you're able to take a little action on some of these little fears that you may have, and then later on prove to yourself, and then move on to some really big goals that you have. All right, guys, take care. Peace.
Boca no peito.